Okay, so folks, I took out the 4 bolts here. You got the head plate. I tried very hard not to separate this gasket. You got a gasket back here, which it is separated. Wait, there should be normally no sealant on these. Like I said, I've worked at an aviation place and pumps, but that will have to go back in. But there's your rotary vane, and that's where I suspect this rotor right here, these vanes are supposed to slide up and down, and it's like it got stuck. And I'm not sure on if that's a single piece or a double. This is where we're going to go, where this is not getting properly lubricated and starts rubbing in that. It's probably coming around. It's tight here, but it's got to get tight and loose. But that's where it's normally burning. So this indication, the smell I'm getting in my shop is a burn smell, which tells me that vane is stuck. It's not moving freely. I'm going to see how that comes out. Hopefully I'm not messing too much up, but after being a 30-year maintenance tech, I do not recommend this to homeowners or people that have never messed with stuff, and I could be messing up and know where your spring is. Some kind of check valve the spring sitting on. It could be that got stuck. I'll check it out. If I've got acetone, I'll clean with acetone, and do not put any kind of chemicals on seals or O-rings, because you can ruin them, and I'm sure it's got O-rings and check valves in there too to give your flows. But I'm just looking at this. Is mainly what I wanted to look at and see if this vane is plugged, and I'm gonna see if I can take it apart. I may end up having to take the whole thing out, but that's just so far where I've got. Okay, so I did get this out. Notice there's a slot and a slot that fits in. The vanes are sitting on a spring. Vanes are sitting on a spring, and you'll notice they're kind of rounded on the end. So I don't really see anything going crazy there, and I don't see what appears to be scalding. So it can just be the oil is just saturated with nastiness, and I don't know if there's another set of vanes in there. I probably won't go too further than this. There's a good chance there's another set of vanes inside that are doing the pump. Wish I had a diagram. And I may go further in it, but it's getting to the point where I'm probably already voided the warranty. But there you go. It's kind of what the pump looks like so far. Okay, so one vane slid out. I noticed you see the color sticky stuff? It's kind of, this side was stuck, didn't want to slide. That should be sliding freely through there. So this black stuff is some form of contamination, and if that vane is not sliding back and forth, then it's dragging and not doing what it's supposed to be doing. I'm very curious now if there's another set of vanes behind that, if this is like the oil pump, and then the other one is for the vacuum, actually creating the vacuum. So that's very likely. It's like I need to stop and really try to find a design similar to this and make a wild, educated guess. It's like I'm not flying by the seat of my pants, folks. I've worked on stuff and understand some of it, and fixing to learn how to work on the Harvest Right pump, because if you're in production, you need to know how to fix it. You can't wait 6 weeks for another pump. Okay, looking at where the vanes go in, if you see that black, that is some form of gumming. That same gumming was on these vanes, and if those aren't sliding in and out, they're burning. And so I'm using just isopropyl alcohol to clean with. I'm not dealing with any seals, but if I look on both sides of that, there's gumming, a gum up on where the vanes slide in and out the channel. And there's a spring that goes in between. Those should be floating much like a brush in a motor. So hopefully we can get that clean. I'll probably put it back together after this and wait for the new oil. I got new oil ordered. Hindsight 2020, I had ordered some. I had been running for about a month and thought, well, I better get some oil on hand. And But that gumming right there is definitely going to affect that pump, and it's going to cause it to burn. The burn smell I got in my shop is it's not pickle juice, it's pump not running, burning. I've smelled them before. I mean, I've seen vacuum pumps full of epoxy because somebody didn't do something right, but this should not have happened, but it did, and here we are. Okay, I'm putting the vanes back in, put that side in. I'll put this side back in. Got 2 springs. Doing it one-handed. But now these are moving. That gum up that I showed earlier, see how these are floating? Could be my, I am so praying. You know, when I started doing this harvest right, freeze drying, I was like, hopefully I can get into something that I can make candy, the machine will do the work, and I won't have to get my tools out. But apparently I can't do without my tools. But one side was stuck, now I'm floating, so I'm a lot more confident that could have been the problem. It could have been the problem. I don't know what the wear rate is on it. Maybe Harvest Right. I do appliance repair, by the way. But maybe Harvest Right needs a service tech in Central Mississippi area, and I might get some extra work from them. Don't want to work with the tools, but that's a lot better, and hopefully we'll seal back up. So we're going to go back and put it in, and I'll have to wait and report on it later. 6-minute video. I got a candy show in the morning, and I'm working on my pump. That's not good. I don't like that. I still got to get labels on some stuff, and I've got to be set up by about 6:30 for a farmer's market. Y'all have fun. I'm going to get it back together and wait for the oil to come in. Clean the filter. I'll probably clean it with just some alcohol, or I think I've got some acetone. It doesn't hurt. And just kind of wash that filter out right there. It's got brown stuff all in it. And it's a screen filter, particulate filter. We'll talk to you later.